Sairam students, I welcome all of you once again to our third revision session of Constituents of the food. So let's discuss once again what we have completed in the last session. So if you remember students, in the last session we have learnt about what do you exactly mean by the macronutrients. So I hope so you remember regarding the what do you mean by macronutrient. So what is basically macronutrient? So whatever nutrient which are required to our body in the larger proportion. So whatever nutrient we consume in the larger quantity, we call them as what? Macronutrients. So what are the example of the macronutrients? So as you can see that over here, carbohydrate, fats and the protein, they are the example of what? Macronutrient. And if you remember, we had again discussed about the sources of the carbohydrate, sources of the fat and protein as well. So if you remember, then different type of the cereals, and then again starch, then potato, fiber, etc. comes under the carbohydrate category, correct? And what about the fat? Like carbohydrate, fat is also energy giving substance. So carbohydrate and fat both are the energy giving substances to our body. And what are the sources of the fat? We get fat from all the type of the oily substances like oil, ghee, butter, so all these type of the substances gives us the fat. And at the same time you can see that over here proteins, they are called as what? Building block of our body. We get protein from the different type of the pulses, then chicken, mutton, egg, etc. Understood? So these are the different type of the macronutrient which are required to us in the larger quantity, and we have to include them in a daily diet. As we have learnt about the macronutrient, let's again learn about the micronutrient. What I told you here? Micronutrient. What do you mean by micronutrient? Micro means what? Which are required in the smaller quantities. Whatever nutrient which are required to us in the smaller quantity, we call them as what? Micronutrient. So what are the example of the micronutrient? Vitamins and minerals. So here you can see that the vitamins and minerals, they are the examples of the micronutrient. See students, these vitamins and these minerals, they are required to our body in very smaller quantity, but still they are very important. So now you want to know that what are the sources of the vitamins and the minerals? So here you can see that these are the sources of the vitamin and mineral. What is this? Here it is apple, cauliflower, guava, carrot. There are different type of the pulses are there. So these are the different type of the vegetable and the fruits and dry fruits. They are the sources of the vitamin and the mineral. And students, always remember that we need to have these vitamin and minerals in our daily basis. See, might be your tongue don't like them. It might be your tongue doesn't like their taste. But the fact is that your body need all these type of the mineral and the nutrient for its growth and the development and to fight against all type of the disease. So if you want to strong, if you want to become healthy, then you should mandatorily include all these substances in your diet on the daily basis. Is that clear? So students, see, let's learn about the vitamin first of all. So what are the basically vitamin over here? As you can see that the different vitamins are named by using the letters of the alphabet. So as you can see that over here, vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and K. They are the most important vitamins over here, and all these are required in very smaller quantity. But suppose if you think that they are required in smaller quantity, what will happen if I skip them? What will happen if I don't eat them? Let me tell you that student, if you lack means what? Absent. If these vitamins are absent, or if there is any deficiency of the vitamins in your body, so it will lead to the serious disorder. Disorder means what? Which cannot be cured very easily. It will lead to the health problem. So all these vitamins, they are required in very smaller quantity, but they are very essential. Are you getting my point over here? So now you must be thinking that what kind of the diseases it might arise. So let me tell you that vitamin A is very essential. We get it from the carrot, tomato, spinach, etc. And suppose if you're lacking the vitamin A in your diet, if there is a deficiency of vitamin A in your diet, then a person might suffer from the night blindness. What do you mean by night blindness? That person won't be able to see during night time. During light, that person will be able to see, but that too blur. But during night time, that person won't be able to see anything. So this condition we call it as what? Night blindness. Are you getting my point? And suppose if there is a vitamin D deficiency in your body, if you don't drink milk, if you don't eat eggs, etc., so you might suffer from the vitamin D deficiency. And if there is vitamin D deficient in your body, then your bones will become weak and then your bones will become brittle. Brittle means what? The substances which can break down very easily. The substances which can break down very easily, we call them as what? Brittle. Got it? So if you don't have enough amount of vitamin D in your diet, then bones will become weak and they will become brittle. Is that clear? And why these vitamins are important? Because these vitamin gives us the ability to resist all type of the diseases. So right now, whole world is suffering from the pandemic of COVID-19. Am I right? So if we feel that we want to be healthy, we don't want any type of the diseases, then we should focus on our food material. We should focus on our healthy food material. So if you have different type of the vegetable and the fruits in the larger quantity, then your body will gain a lot of vitamin and mineral and you will be able to fight against any type of the disease. Understood? So that's why these vitamins and these minerals, they are very essential in our diet. So I hope so students you must have understood about the vitamin. Now let's discuss about the minerals. So there are different variety of the minerals which are present in our food material. Like you can see that over here, iron, calcium, sodium, potassium. So these are the different examples of the minerals which are present in our body. These minerals, they are needed in very smaller quantity, but again they are very important. If any of these mineral it is less in our body, again it will lead to serious kind of the disorder. Now you might be thinking, what will happen if I don't consume the iron? Iron you will get from the leafy vegetable. Is that clear? So you should have leafy vegetable in the larger quantity. Because the reason is that iron is very necessary for carrying the oxygen to all parts of the body. See students, we do the respiration. During respiration, we inhale oxygen and we exhale the carbon dioxide. Am I right? So the oxygen which goes inside through our nose, that oxygen, it had to be carried out to all parts of the body. So the oxygen will be taken with the help of the iron and iron will carry oxygen to all parts of the body. And suppose if there is deficiency of iron in your body, if in your body iron is very less, then body doesn't get enough amount of the oxygen. And that's why if there is a deficiency of oxygen in your body, then you feel constantly weak and you feel constantly tired. And if oxygen level goes down in your body, if iron level goes down in your body, then you might suffer from the condition, and that condition is called as what? Anemia. What do you mean by anemia? Anemia, it is a condition where red blood cell count goes down. Anemia is a condition where red blood cell count goes down and the iron which is present in your body, that level also goes down. Okay. And at the same time, as you can see that the mineral calcium, again you get from the milk and milk product, you get it from the non-veg, etc. Okay. So this calcium is very important, and because the calcium is important to make our bones strong and our teeth stronger. If you don't have enough amount of the calcium, then there will be white patches on your skin, your bone will become very weak and you won't be able to do different type of the activity. So if you want to become strong and if you want to become healthy, then you should have different type of the vegetable and the fruits in your diet. So as you can see that students over here, all kind of the fruits, vegetable, green leafy vegetable, sprouted pulses we have to, and their skin and the bran of the cereals and the pulses, they all are the sources of the vitamin and the mineral. So students, that's why most of the time I have noticed that most of the students consume the fruit by removing the skin of the fruit. But always remember that most of the fruit we have to eat raw. You don't have to remove the skin of the fruits, because even the skin of the fruit contain a lot of vitamin and mineral. And that's why always remember that as far as possible we should eat fruits with their skin, and we should not sift flour to throw away the bran. Are you getting my point? So here you can see that sprouted pulses we have to eat like that only. Apple we have to eat without removing the skin. Okay, so there are many type of the fruits are there, we have to eat them as it is. Is that clear what I told you here? So did you understand the importance of the vitamins and the minerals which are required to our body in the daily basis? So what we have learned today? We have learned that in the addition of the macronutrient, we need a certain food constituent in our diet in the smaller quantity, and those micronutrients are vitamins and the minerals. So those nutrients which are required to us in very smaller quantity, we call them as what? Micronutrient. Is that clear? So what are the sources of the vitamin and minerals? I hope so you must have understood that. Different type of the leafy vegetable and the fruits, they are the sources of vitamins and the minerals. Is that clear? So vitamin A, if it is deficient in your body, then person might suffer from what? Night blindness. Is that clear? And calcium and vitamin D, it makes our bone very stronger. And iron is essential to carry oxygen to all parts of our body. If iron is less in our body, then person might suffer from the anemia. Anemia is the condition where red blood cell count goes down and iron level also goes down. Is that clear? So I hope so students, you must have understood about the micronutrient, whatever we have discussed right now in this session. So the next part of this revision part, we will continue in the next session. Bye bye, take care.